Greetings, welcome on my channel. What are the best Golang web frameworks in your opinion, generally? In my opinion and experience, the most popular choice is Gin. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I mean, if you come to a new project, for example, yes, in your job, most probably it will be Gin. If you start a new project, it will be most probably Gin. Why is it so? A good question, actually. I think because it's a kind of the most established solution. Generally, a lot of batteries included. Some issues of the standard NetHTTP library have been fixed in this framework by Gin's developers and so on. But by the way, I think nowadays NetHTTP is much better from that perspective. I mean, I know that, for example, routing like is much better in NetHTTP than it used to be. So yes, like generally probably yes, like NetHTTP is more convenient than standard library, and if you just need the most reliable, not even reliable, the most established, I would say, are a solution, sure, like you can stick to Gin and that's it. About other popular frameworks like Echo, for example, a few other things, don't remember them by heart. Mux, MUX probably, yes, like I've never seen them in real life, but I know they are quite popular, and I think they are more or less the same. But as to me, from my perspective, in my job or in my projects for my startups, I would use Fiber. Why is it so? Actually, Fiber has a lot of advantages over the other Go frameworks. It's built on the top of FastHTTP, the fastest Go framework actually ever we have, according to some benchmarks, for example, Technical Empowder, if I remember that site, but you can Google it. It's just if you ask, for example, like HTTP frameworks, you will see it immediately on Google. So yes, it's built on FastHTTP. It's quite familiar for Node.js developers. For example, it uses a kind of Express style. So if you like worked with Node.js, for example, like if you ever used Express, you'll definitely feel like home immediately. That's one advantage. The second advantage, in my opinion, is performance. It's like generally the most performant Go framework. I don't count FastHTTP. It's even faster, but it doesn't have a lot of batteries included. But Fiber has more or less everything you'll ever need. And these frameworks, you can check some benchmarks on your own, but it's generally the fastest Go framework. And and it may be a big advantage generally. The more performance, the better. Why not? Yes, the faster you get a response, the faster you can send it to your front end or mobile apps, the faster like your users, your clients, your customers will see it. Why is it the fastest framework? Generally, it leverages worker pool pattern, because the way how NetHTTP works, the standard library, and generally other Go frameworks like Gin, they spawn a new task, a new Go routine for each request. And generally, to do this in Go, it's relatively cheap, but when there are millions of them, yes, you pay the price quite a lot. Because of the Go's philosophy itself, that each Go routine takes at least 2 kilobytes plus its own data payload, and because Go has a garbage collector and it needs to manage it somehow, it makes your life a little bit easier as a software developer compared with, for example, Rust or Zeek or C++, but you pay the price for this. And when you have millions of coroutines, it will consume quite a lot of memory, a lot of gigabytes, and generally, yeah, it has its own limits for real high loads. For high load projects, it doesn't fit. But Fiber is an excellent choice here, because Fiber uses worker pool pattern. What does it mean? It spawns a limited number of coroutines tasks, and then it reuses it among users. For example, it spawns, I don't know, like 100,000 coroutines. I mean, I don't know exact numbers, and I think it depends on the configuration, on the lot of factors, but just imagine, yeah, it spawns like 100,000 coroutines and simply reuses it between users. As a user, you generally don't need to think about it, it works under the hood, but it's generally useful to know such patterns, I mean in multi-threading code, because in Go, usually worker pool is the fastest pattern. It depends on the language. For example, in Rust it's quite the opposite. So Rust framework generally don't use worker pool, they use the way that standard library net-HTTP work, just spawn like a new task for each new request, and that's it. But in Go it works differently because of the reasons I've just explained to you. So yes, now you know a little bit more. So Gin generally is the most established solution, and Fiber if you'd like to use a more modern, most performant framework in Go, I mean generally. I hope it was interesting. If you liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe on my channel, share it with your friends, acquaintances, and yes, you can watch my other videos if you'd like to, and hope to see you soon. Bye.